Hello, Precious and John. We've waited for this day for many years. I'm happy for you guys. I'm proud of you. John, I couldn't have thought of anybody better to lead my granddaughter in the Lord through the church. You both have been faithful. It's a great joy to have added a placemat to our table for John. Sad that you gotta go, Presh, but you can always come back home to me to spend the night. One thing I can say about John is when he first liked Presh, I was like, what? Is he old enough to like you? And then he won our hearts over, and he's just the sweetest, most compassionate guy I've met in a long time. John, they don't come much sweeter than you, and I'm proud to give her away to you. Precious has been a joy for us, and you're going to be a joy for us also. Precious and John, I hope you get a big house because, you know, like I've looked at both of your closets. Wow. Who's going to hang all those clothes up? Who's going to wash all those clothes? John, you better buy a good washer and dryer. You might want to hire a maid. Who's going to take care of all that clothes for you guys? Oh, wait. What about all the shoes? They both have shoe fetishes. Oh, Lord Jesus. That's the honest to God truth.
Something funny about John is that when we play basketball and he loses, you can always tell by the way that he pouts. You can always tell by the way John pouts by when we play ball and he loses to me. He's always there for people whenever they need him, and he's been one of my best friends for a long time. All right, if I was to give John some marital advice, just from my expert opinion, it would to be you always say yes. Precious, something you need to know about John is don't make a joke out of everything. John loves to joke, but there comes a point when you go too far. So always remember, find the line and remember where it is, because if you make John mad, you know how it goes.
Well, John, 30 years into it, just always make sure that you stay the head of the wife, and because that's the biblical view. I mean, at least that's what you can say. You can hold that thought, and you can believe that as long as you want to. It may not be the truth, but I mean, you can hold fast to that if you'd like to. You and I take a day. It's our day off, and so we take a day and we go on dates. Well, John, keep buying outfits, shoes, and purses. Those are the things that most women always like. And let her go get her hair cut at least once a month. That's my advice.
What's that? Okay.
That's my advice.
What's that? Okay.
Precious, let him have a hobby and let him enjoy that hobby. Even if you don't understand it or you don't like it, everybody knows Zane really likes animals. And right now, currently, I have chickens in my house right now.
4 of them.
Yeah. So, and you know what? You got to remember this. My grandma Nadine gave me this advice.
Good stuff. I remember.
There's a whole lot worse things most of the time a man could be doing.
Exactly.
When I first got here and met John, he was head over heels, just so in love, and nothing in the world existed but Precious. And I kept telling John, John, where you at? John, come help me, John. And he said, I got to go help Precious. I've probably been one of those guys that always poked at John the most. And even I don't think he knows anybody else besides Precious, which is a good thing. Could be a bad thing. You look at life and say, where's John? Where's John? I kind of go find Precious. You'll find where John's at.
So we weren't here your very first Sunday, but we met you a Sunday or two after, introduced you to Boston, and you've been here, so I guess now over 2 years, which is crazy. They've been here for 2 years. But I thought Precious was Precious, rightly named, and very cute, and I immediately started thinking of people for her to date, just in all honesty. So
I gave my snippet. I was serious. Do you need me to repeat mine?
you know he's not going to put anything in there about Long Johns.
Yes, he is. I don't know. That highly navigate which way this question's gonna go.
Did you give him his ability? There's no better gift you can give your spouse than growing closer to God. The closer you draw to Christ, the better you're going to treat your spouse. The more you're going to honor them and serve them, and as wives submit to them.
And if
Oh Lord.
there can only be so much spiritual in the video, I mean, they gotta make people laugh.
You got anything else?
No, I feel like this is good, and I feel like we're on a good track here.
But one thing that is funny is we hadn't met John yet. You would sit in Snapchats for Bubbaloo of you and John, and anytime they had John in them, he'd just push him on. And John was not his favorite. As soon as Bubbaloo got back here and met John face to face, I think they're best friends now. I honestly think he likes John more than Fresh. But the best time was when Theo was in the hospital and you laid there on the counter the whole time with him. But I'm just proud of you and John, and I wish you guys the best. I have lots of memories with you. I have to say though, you have been a great role model for Micah and Court. I'm proud to see this day with you and John.
So one of my favorite parts about John Mraz is his super cute pearl snap shirts that he wears to church all the time. And I can remember one time in particular, we had just moved into our new church building, and so there was a lot of people here, and John had his pearl snap shirts on, and so me being his youth pastor, I have to mess with him, and so I walked by him and I ripped all of his pearl snaps open. And John is kind of a shy guy as it is, but when he's got his whole front side showing in a church full of people, he gets very shy. And you see John turn 9 shades of red. And so, John, my best marital advice to you, buddy, get rid of the pearl snap shirts.
A different perspective being from the other end of it, because we've been the young couple and attached ourselves to some older groups, and I don't want to say we're the older group, but we're the older relationship in this friendship. So it's neat being on the other end and pouring into their lives and into their relationship. And
our number one marriage tip is have a lot.
I mean,
You can't fight it.
we've been married for 4 years and have 3 kids, so I think you would have already assumed that was going to be our advice. Even if it's hard, get into it. Get into the messiness of it, and you can take care of it. Don't let stuff sit.
Yeah, I would say listen to each other. When one of you tells the other what you need or what you're looking for, what you want, listen when your spouse tells you that Precious is having a bad day and she just needs to relax and sit at home, then prop her feet up and give her a massage and make her a bowl of soup. I mean, just acts of showing your spouse that you care and that you're listening is a huge thing.
Love covers a lot, so if you're worried about a situation, add more love to it, and it'll
And then
never
go
do.
have
That's the love I'm talking about. Add more and more love to it. That's the love I'm talking about. Add more and more love to it. I love you guys.
I would say to take opportunities and make opportunities to make your love story as beautiful as it can be. I think you guys have already taken those steps. Like, each step that I've seen is just so cute and so beautiful, and you guys make such a beautiful couple. But don't ever stop doing that. Keep making your love story one that your kids will be so proud to say that that's where they come from. She is sassy. She has such quick wit and attitude. I love it. It's so funny. She's got a really good sense of humor that way. I always feel like he's the strong, silent type. He's got such a quiet strength about him that's also gentle. I think that's having a best friend through everything, through the ugly stuff, the bad stuff, a partner, somebody that knows the bad stuff about you and still loves you, you know, because it will get ugly. You're gonna see all that nasty. Should and need to be patient with your partner. So with John, or with Precious.
Don't go to bed angry, ever. I know, that's probably a lot of what everybody says, but you're not promised tomorrow. And you just don't know what's gonna happen, so I just don't let the sun go down on your anger.
Keep church first and foremost.
Yep.
That's what'll make a marriage.
She already knows everything. He's a mama's boy.
Mama's boy.
He sings really horribly in the shower. So does his dad, though. I would encourage her always to pray. Pray when things are going good. Pray when the storms come. Just pray always. Always.
The day John was born, just I got my boy. And I'll never, that's just something to carry on the name.
A lot of times what happens is young couples come together and they have a lot of baggage, previous relationships, scars on their hearts, things like that, and it's very unique, and it's very wonderful to see two young couples that come together that don't carry a lot of baggage with each other. It's nice. It's a good solid foundation, good start to a relationship, not trying to overcome somebody else's excessive baggage. One thing I love about that kid is he has a tremendous heart. I mean, that guy's heart it's so big, and he wears it on his sleeve, and I think that's one of the things that it's just going to make for a strong tool for him in the future. Is as long as he can guard his heart and protect it with the right things and the right people, he can do incredible things. Just because he's got that heart for other people, and he's so sensitive. I'm just glad I could be part of it, and it's just been a wonderful journey just to get to know those two more. And now that they're married, it'll change the way their dynamic of their relationship is. And as soon as they have kids, more people will drop out of their life, and I'll get to know them a little better. So, we got a little bet going on that too. We'll see how that comes to fruition. But I'm betting I don't have to pay John anything. So John did tell me that if he ever found a pretty girl that was shorter than him, he was going to tie that one up, and it looks like he did. And I would tell John that he should probably do what he's told when he's told to do it, or he's going to get perpetual pink eye like Austin for the remainder of his days.
I just want to start off first saying that I'm happy for you, John and Presh, and I just want to warn you, John, that Presh, she's a handful, but she's become something wonderful. She's become a wonderful woman of God, and she's become someone who's hung me on the wall by my underwear when I was little because I wouldn't leave her alone. I just want to warn you, John, whenever you guys have kids, she's probably going to do that. And John, I just want to thank you for taking care of Precious and for doing the things that you do for her and providing for her and putting a smile on her face. And I thank you for always giving us a laugh when me, you, Malachi, and her went to Donut Bay and you fell into the water and you cried because your shoes got all muddy, and or when we went to the haunted house and you put me and Precious in the back so everybody can get us and everything can touch us. And I just want to say that I'm happy for both of you guys, and also I want to warn Presh that your kids are probably going to be as competitive as John.
Best thing if I was to date Precious and I was to take her out on a date, boy, I'd have to probably take her all the way back to California, and you hear this thing going, and then you hear, It's very cost efficient, John. It's $1.25 $1.50, and it'd be helota, and they put this hot sauce, and it's just a piece of corn on a stick. $1.25, $1.50, and that'd be the best date of her whole life.
One thing I've had to adjust to, no matter if she's right or wrong, the wife is always right. Just agree to it. Because if not, you will be in trouble.
And I just want to let John know that he is only right and she is only wrong until he gets home. Once you get home, it is all over with. There's no more right for John, no more wrong for Precious.
You know, for like the first month, put a sign on your front door that says no visitors allowed, so you can get to know each other, right?
Or the old-fashioned sock on the doorknob.
And John always tell her that her food is good.
Yeah, even if it isn't.
Even if it's bad, tell her it's good.
And be honest. Even if you think it's gonna hurt your feelings that she finds out, or vice versa, no matter whose feelings it's gonna hurt, be honest, because you can always grow from that and move on from that. But if you hide something or minimize something, then once that's done, there's no turning back.
And I think if you get mad at each other, just remember how Precious was stuck upside down in the bubble ball at the youth event. Remember those funny times and laugh it off.
I wanted to tell you this. As I sat here and listened to other people talk, I wanted to thank you probably for being my best friend, my ride or die to every revival, every church service. You never left my side, and I hope you and John continue that. Chase the Lord with all your heart. Let John be your best friend now. And I want to say, Kim, Big John, thanks for raising the man that my granddaughter will be marrying.